I'm Katherine and I'm the Early Stage Memory Loss Coordinator at the Alzheimer's Association Washington State Chapter. I coordinate programs for people who are in the early or beginning stages of an Alzheimer's or other dementia diagnosis. I would say working with people with memory loss is very humbling and definitely inspiring. I facilitate a support group for people who are in the early stages, and hearing their stories and, more importantly, their strength in the face of everything puts everything into perspective, makes me really appreciate what I have in my own life, and also gives me hope that even with something like this going on in your life, that people still can be open about themselves and start new adventures and love each other, and it's not about the diagnosis. We break down Alzheimer's and dementia into 3 stages: early, middle, and late stage. You can think of early stage as kind of the beginning, when symptoms are still more or less mild. You can think of middle stage as more moderate, late stage as more severe. So when I'm working on early stage programs, I'm primarily focusing on people who've been recently diagnosed and are still more or less independent in day-to-day function. This is different than younger onset, which refers to when somebody has been diagnosed. So if you are under the age of 65 and have been diagnosed with Alzheimer's or another type of dementia, that's considered younger onset. So early stage is where you are in that progression, and younger onset is when you were diagnosed. Being diagnosed with something like Alzheimer's can be really isolating, and it's not unheard of that people who've been diagnosed feel like they're just really on their own in this, that it's really hard to describe what it's like living with these symptoms, and so it's almost easier to just not be out and not be engaged because of it. So when we have our early stage programs, we're providing different opportunities where people who've been diagnosed and their loved ones can get together and just be themselves, whether it's talking about issues in their life in a support group or talking about football for 90 minutes at a zoo walk. Really, the importance of it is not that somebody's been diagnosed, it's that there's a community out there that's for you. And by the way, some of the people in them have been diagnosed with Alzheimer's.